Welcome back to another great week of Twisted Transitions. I am your host, DJ JayBook, and I'm glad to be back another week because I've got a lot to get off my chest and stuff today. I've had a great week, but an interesting week at the same time. It's always interesting to speak with you guys. And this week right here is no exception. We're going to get into all of it because, man, do you guys ever have opinions? You guys have opinions. And it's great. It's fantastic that you have opinions because I like that. It creates conversation. It shows a different angle. Sometimes I benefit from it. Sometimes I look at it like for real, my guy. Like it's crazy. All right. So what's happening, people? Welcome in. Thank you guys so much. It looks like you guys have already jumped in. So just let me know that you can hear me okay. And we'll go ahead and get started and stuff right off the bat and stuff, man. You know, just let me know in the chat whether or not you can hear me. Because that would be great. And if you enjoy the lives and enjoy all the content that I'm putting out, feel free to hit that like button and just let me know that I am on the right track. I'm giving you guys what you want. I'm flooding your news feeds with content. I'm giving you tons and tons of content. So I hope when you come on YouTube that there is a lot of stuff from me. That's good. Okay. Everybody in the chat says we're good. We're good. All right. So, I was going to start off by going into, the gigs, but I'm going to go into that. We'll talk about that in a second. Right before I got on, probably about an hour and stuff ago, man, I had, a viewer just like you guys, make a comment and stuff on one of my videos. And man, I don't know if he was having a bad day. I don't know what it was, but my man just felt the need to just drag, bro. Like he drug internet DJs, he drug DJs and stuff in general, and he was just like, why don't you guys just do what you always do and play the same music and stuff you play every week and then play some nonsense and stuff for cocktail. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. And I was like, you feeling okay, my God? Like, if you're having a bad day, I understand. But, I mean, that's not even necessary and stuff here. So, I just tried to talk to him and stuff in general. He had messaged back. But it's been like that since the last time I've talked to you guys, which was last Thursday. So it has been really questionable comments that have come through. And I don't mind opinion. I don't. If you're giving just your opinion, if you are just ragging on DJs, then maybe this ain't the channel for you to be on. This is the niche here. It's DJ related stuff. We talk DJ topics. My videos are DJ related. So if you don't care for DJs and stuff in general, you don't have to watch. You really don't. I swear you don't. I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there before we get started because people angry. People mad, man. All right, let me go into chat and just say what's up to you guys here. All right, Ivan, man, appreciate you checking in from freaking Portugal and stuff, man. That's awesome. Daniel Rodriguez, what's happening? T. Reed, what's happening, man? I hadn't seen you in a minute, but glad you're here. Kid Cupid, I know you've been trying to make sure you keep up and stuff, man, so I'm glad that you are here as well. J Skills, what's happening? Appreciate you coming through, bro. DJ J Torture, what's happening? Daniel, I got you on there. DJ G5. Let me get your name right because it's important. We do a lot to make sure our name is said right. DJ G5, what's happening? Appreciate you. What we got here? Steak Farm Jake. What's happening? Welcome. First time viewer, man. Appreciate you stopping through, man. I hope you enjoy the show and stuff today. I've got plenty to talk about today. We're going to jump right into it. DJ Romeo Great. Appreciate you always coming through, man. DJ, I think that's Chalice. I hope I said your name right and stuff, bro. Appreciate you. Hey, DJ Solstice, what's happening, bro? Appreciate you always coming through. I know you're going to be very opinionated. And maybe I should stick Solstice on some of these guys, man. Solstice is very opinionated, especially when it comes to other DJs asking silly stuff of me. DJ, I think that's Vasgard. I can't pronounce it right. I hope I said it right. Vasgard, what's happening? More entertainment events. What's happening? It's all right to be late as long as you're here. As long as you're here, man, I'm good with that. So, all right, let's jump into it. Appreciate all you guys being here and stuff, man. I'm not going to hold you up too long. You know how we do. We get in and we get right on out, man. What's happening? DJ G Kenny, I was wondering if you was going to be here today, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, so let's jump into this thing here. Let me get into my images. All right. All right, first things first, we had a gig this past weekend. First time at this venue. I've been wanting to play here. It's so funny because the owner or the head manager had put out a thing, I think last year, asking for DJs to do a couple of parties or events and stuff that they had there in this very room. And she pretty much made me kind of like audition. Like, thank goodness I do YouTube and all this stuff on here, because she pretty much made me audition. I had to send like live footage. So I just sent her some gig log footage, and she had to check out my social media, make sure I had a following and all that stuff. It was weird. I was like, maybe you should just have us in and test us out. I mean, that's kind of how, because at this venue, it does live music, it does live bands and stuff like that. And I'm sure that they don't have to send in really anything as long as they have a good following and they can see some footage. I think that should be it. So I was wondering, why she was asking for so much stuff. And then I later found out that, I didn't get picked to be able to do the services, and it was not up to her. It was up to the guy that was above her, and he already knew another DJ. So this was kind of like my first time getting back to that venue since that happened last year. So I really wanted to, do some, a little something and stuff like that for them, so that they could hear what they missed out on. And boy, did they ever. The staff and stuff absolutely loved what I did. However, the wedding was, it was very low key. Everybody was, I would at least say everybody was 40 and above. And so that made for some interesting music, as the must playlist, as you guys have seen on the video recently, the must playlist was more geared towards late 20s, early 30s. However, the crowd was mainly 40 and above. So when I was playing some of the late 20s, early 30s music, it didn't really go over too well. So it wasn't until I started just kind of, deep diving and playing like some 90s music to where they actually could relate a little bit. And still, it was only about 10 to 12 people. So I started a gig log and stuff on it, but with the footage and stuff I got, it probably would have been just a waste of a video. But there was some highlights and stuff on there. Like this view here, this was their entrance and stuff like that. So you can kind of see where I was trying to go with it here. You got the couple at the top left corner here. And then we had the college football mascot was also introduced into that event. That's why they have those towels and stuff up. But this is what it looked like when they got introduced. But as you can see, the crowd was pretty much about 40 and above. So there was a lot of, the stuff that they actually danced to was some classic rock and, like some Montel Jordan, stuff like that. Oh, Lord, I can't even think of my man's name. The guy that sings Bust a Move. Good Lord. Okay, anyway, but a lot of that music and stuff is what really got them up. So I just kind of stayed in that lane and was able to go ahead and take care of them and, move right along. We actually ended a little bit early, as you would expect with 40 and above. And but it was still great. It was still great to play here. I can tell you that concrete that they had down there, though, that thing was brutal on your feet and heels and stuff all day. Jesus. I had my mat and everything, but it still was brutal. But let's see, going back to the setup here, I just kept it real simple. I used the Mesa setup here. This is the first time I used the white scrim. and stuff on it. It was real simple. The Maui, the LD Maui 44 G2s, I've got the both lighting and stuff on the floor. They had a simple package. Like, I didn't even use 2 wash effects because the room was so small. That was enough to cover what they needed. And I did use the Rev 7, and I am happy to report that the Rev 7 went over without a hitch, which I am excited for, because not only did it not go over with a problem there, but it also did not have a problem here either, because on Tuesday I did a girls volleyball game and for a local high school, and I wanted to take out the Rev 7 so that I can continue to mess with it and get it to where I needed to get it. And I had no problems and stuff again here. Again, this was just a 1 speaker setup. So I set up my QSC speaker on a crank stand and brought out the Rev 7, and I thought they needed a microphone, but they didn't. And, I just kind of played, warm-ups, starting lineup, timeouts, and end of games for these guys. And it went over well. They did well. The Rev 7 did well. The volume and stuff on the Rev 7 was excellent. So I didn't have any droppage, anything at all. So I am happy to report that. And this thing here may be a reoccurring thing too, just as a FYI. I'm trying to get, if I do schools, I'm not trying to do like their proms and their formal dances, because that's just tending to kids too much. But I can do these little ones like this. This was easy. This was really easy. It was 2 hours. And I just played, just in those little slots that they gave me, which was perfect. So for me, that was great. So also I did make some changes to my, setup for when I bring out the big setup. I had the Yamaha mixer, but that is now going to be a ceremony mixer. So I moved it over, and then I had a Mackie mixer that I am going to use for the main setup, and I just had to get the drawer that just recently came in, so I installed it. I installed the mixer and everything in there, and I already pre-ran the wires. So basically, I just have to bring this guy out now. So this just makes my life 10 times easier. And next week, Friday and Saturday, I'm hoping to be able to take out the main setup, the big setup for both of those events, as they will both be inside. And I'm familiar with both venues, so everything should fit in there properly. You'll see what I'm talking about when that gig log comes out. But yeah, so I made some updates and stuff to this, and I will continue to make some updates as I see it fit to do so on these, because it is just easy to have this kind of behind you. Go ahead and pre-set up the knobs and everything to where they are kosher. You may only have to adjust it here and there, but I'm just trying to set it up to where basically I just turn on the switch and we're ready to rock and roll. That's my goal. So I have a couple more cables coming in for my microphones, and that will kind of finish up this job here. But in the drawer, I'll have the microphones, I have the antennas, I have the mixer and everything in there. And then of course behind that main setup, all of this will just be sitting back behind there, and that will keep that good. So that's what I was able to do there. So, all right, let me just check the chat one more time, and we're going to get into some topics. Let me get some water here. Glad you guys are with me. Young MC. That's what it was. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Don't know why. Anyway, DJ G Kenny, I got asked for girls volleyball too. I couldn't do it, but wondering what's a good plan. Hey, let me tell you, I can tell you guys this is this is easy. I charge for that 200. I mean, not 200 for that 2 hours. I charge $350. just to kind of feel it out to see if the school would accept it. Because at first I wanted to do a little bit more, but I charged about $350, I think, for it. But $350 for 2 hours, not really playing a set of music for a volleyball game. Yeah, I think I'll take it. Why not? Hey man, how's my man still congested? Oh, do I sound congested? Do I? I didn't think I did. I mean, I don't feel bad. I feel okay. Um, I don't think I have a bug. I better not have a bug. I got too much important crap coming up. All right, let's get into some topics and stuff, man. I forgot which order I put these things in. Let's get into some topics. All right, hold on one second here. Oh, okay. All right. So, first topic I want to talk about. I saw DJ Rachel posted this recently. Don't look at the days and stuff because I got it, early in the week. But basically, she was saying she kind of gave the conversation between her and the bride. And push come to shove, the bride was kind of skeptical about paying the DJ just as much as she's paying the photographer. And it always baffles me when this comes up. I don't know if it just kind of rubs me the wrong way, but it irks my nerves on how bad people do not value us. And so in saying all this, I want to make sure that you guys are valuing yourself and you are making sure that you are charging accordingly. And it's not just trying to railroad somebody, but getting what you're worth, getting what time and effort you've put in to make somebody's day special. Now, you guys can read what it has up here, but basically she's saying that the photographer, it takes time to prep and do this, that, and the other. And Rachel was like, well, for a DJ, it takes, time to prep, and we have to get ready for your event. I mean, this is not just a day before, just throw it on there. We're not just a push button type of thing. Like, we have to entertain your crowd for the entire duration of the time that you get introduced, even before then, starting from cocktail hour. Even before then, going into your ceremony, we have to make sure that everything is precise leading up to the day of. And we charge according to preparation. We charge according to what our job title is when we get there, because if we have to be your planner and stuff also, you best believe that is in with the charges. That's why I tell you guys to definitely focus on package pricing, because you don't want to sell yourself short. You can always add $1 or $2 to a package price, but people will try to nickel and dime you if you go a la carte. I say it all the time. Make sure you are packaging your bundles and your services, because people like this young lady who went to Rachel, they don't see your value. They just feel like you're just there to entertain and play music. And if that was the case, then why are you not just firing up your iPod? Or why are you not just getting Cousin George, who DJ'd, Aunt Sarah's wedding two years ago? You're getting a reputable person who, has made this their passion, just like a photographer has made photography their passion, just like a caterer has made food their passion. The person that made your cake, they had passion and stuff as well. And so the DJ should be held in high regard. So I think the way that you should value your vendors, and this may be a little biased and stuff, because, I am a DJ and stuff, but I think after you cover your vendor and after you cover your planner, if you need one, I think the very next thing should be your DJ. Or if you're going to do a band, whatever your preference and stuff is. I think that we should be number 3 on the list. Some people will put us at 2. Some people push us down to 5. But I don't think we should ever be below 3. I mean, there's too much responsibility on us to be able to get the job done and to make your evening memorable. Because, no offense to any vendors. If you're a vendor and watch this, this is no offense to you. Everybody's got a job to do. But nobody's leaving the event saying, man, there was some great flowers that Courtney had at her wedding. Nobody's leaving the event at 10 or 11 o'clock and saying, man, that cake was amazing. Nobody's leaving the event and saying, man, the planning and stuff for that event was fantastic. I'm sure glad the photographer got a couple of pictures of us. No, they're saying, oh, what a great time we had on the dance floor. We are the lasting memory for your event. We're the last thing that they see. Most photographers leave before we even do. They leave before our night's even over. Most planners that don't have to clean up, they leave before we do. The only people that's still there are vendors, like your venue. Those are the only people still there. So why not? Why would you not consider us to be the most important thing? You should pay us and pay us for what we are worth it to you. What's it worth it to you for the night that you envision? What's it worth? If it's only worth $500, then you're going to get a $500 night. But if you put your money into it and you pour that into it, like my bride coming up next Friday, she understands it. She's like, I know that my night is predicated on what you do. And I said, yeah, it is. And she said, that's why I wanted my focus. I'd rather focus on you than flowers. I'd rather focus on you than what the atmosphere looks like. Like if you could help me with atmosphere, that would be great. But I'd rather focus on the entertainment because that's what the reception's all about. It's all about entertainment. You eat dinner and then you dance. It's real simple. So kudos to Rachel for how she handled this and stuff. But it's like, people need to understand. People really need to understand that you have to value your services. If something means more, look, I'm not going to knock anybody who feels like the pictures mean more than entertainment. Okay, pay the photographer. But you can't complain that you had a horrible reception or nobody was on the dance floor, or maybe just 10 people made it to the dance floor, but you got some damn good pictures though. You did. You got some damn good pictures. You got to remember that that's what you're saying pretty much. If you're not going to put forth the effort and money towards your entertainment. You didn't pay a band to only have 3 people on the dance floor. You paid a band to have a packed dance floor. You paid a DJ to have a packed dance floor. If we deliver that, you got to compensate us for that. That's just my opinion. You guys let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know what you think, because I know that this is a rough topic for some. It is a rough topic, and it doesn't go over well with everybody. So let me know what you guys think. All right, next topic. Look, if you like what I'm doing, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up and stuff, man. I was told that I need to be asking for more thumbs up. So hit the thumbs up if you like the topics, like the stuff that I'm saying and stuff over here. Just let me know that you agree, that you feel the same, and comment. Comment where you can. All right. So next thing I want to talk about. We've all seen this image right here, right? We've all seen it. This is the no request image. This has everything to do with like, leave me alone. Let me do my thing. Now, my question to you guys is, are you that DJ? Are you that DJ who says no request? I don't know why, but I'm starting to realize and stuff a little bit that there are a lot of you guys out there. There are a lot of no request DJs. There are a lot. It must be almost, I would say about 90% of the Zoom calls or clients that I come across that I've done, at the end of the conversation or during the conversation, I always get this question: do you accept requests? And I always ask them, why do you ask? And they say, well, we've seen DJs who say no request. No request. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. There are a lot of DJs who don't accept any requests. And my question to those DJs are, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you accept a request? Here's the thing. We've got 1,000 things to think about. When we're up there DJing, I mean, songs, we're trying to make sure that songs are coming to us. If songs aren't coming to us, it's like you're in a think tank and you're trying to just figure out what song should I play next? What song should come up? What song? And I don't know about you guys, but I've had people come up and request something that triggers 10 more songs, 5 more songs, 3 more songs, another song. And that can kind of jumpstart your brain into going into that. Now, I'm not talking about like this type of request where it's just obnoxious. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the person that says, hey, can you play such and such? You're like, oh yeah, I can't believe I forgot to play that. Like, how can you be a DJ that doesn't accept requests? That means you're kind of running your own little party, right? Because what are you basing the list off of? Are you basing it just off of the participation you're getting? I mean, do you accept requests if the dance floor is empty? Like, I'm just a little confused why DJs don't accept requests. Why is that? And now I don't trust these little apps and stuff that people have. I don't want to be on my phone getting a request and stuff via a text, man. I don't want to do all that. But if somebody comes up to me and says, hey, man, you got any such and such? Now, of course, some people come up to you and they're asking for stuff that just has nothing to do with it. I get it. You get bad requests. Everybody gets bad requests. But I feel like I get more requests that triggers other songs and stuff within me, within my brain, than I do people who come up and are obnoxious or asking for songs. Like the next gig log that comes out next week, you'll see the bride's mom. She requested Brass Monkey. Now, I don't usually play Brass Monkey. I don't. It doesn't usually go over well. It's not a big hit record. You could mix it in, but it's got like an awkward start and stuff a little bit to it, unless you started right at the scratching part at the beginning. But I just, I say, you know what? Screw it. I don't get a chance to always play this song. So I threw it on there. And then if you throw Ice Ice Baby right behind Brass Monkey, it fits like a glove. You can actually stems it out and just have the acapella to Brass Monkey. It goes right along with Ice Ice Baby. You can just keep going. There's endless possibilities and stuff, but stuff like that, I am open for. I always tell my couples I take requests. I take them. I may not always play all of them, but if it's something that fits what we're trying to accomplish that night, absolutely. I'll throw it on there every single time. Sometimes people request stuff that I've got queued up next, and that makes them even more happy. It's kind of like we were reading each other's minds, but this is my profession. Of course, I know what I should be playing, but if you got something that will help take that up a notch, maybe there's a group song that like a lot of the girls knew back in the day, or the fellas just go crazy and stuff too. That works for me to be able to play that, because now I've got a group of people who know that I can play it and mix out of that, mix into something else with that. And I've accomplished playing their song. So it just makes it to where they just say, the night was crazy. It was a great night because he played all the tracks we loved. Dance floor was packed all the time. Like, that's how you get comments like that. That's how you get reviews and stuff like that. And you know how important those are. And it's just as simple as taking requests. I mean, we can't be stuck up DJs, right? I mean, we already have an ego. Okay. All DJs have egos. They just do. They feel like, I'm the man and stuff here tonight. Like you don't function without me. There's some truth to that, but in the way that you say it, of course, how you deliver it is what makes you have an ego and stuff or not. But we can't be stuck up and have these egos and stuff when it comes to these dance floors, man. We can't. We got to be showing each one of these crowds some love because they are the people we are auditioning for. I always said you never know who you are playing for. You could be playing for a couple who was looking for a DJ, couldn't find one. They asked for a request, and if you told them, "Nah, I'm taking no request," you think you're gonna get hired? You're not. I can't tell you how many times I've been auditioning and I had no idea I was auditioning. I was at such and such wedding and you absolutely killed it. Had no idea you were there. I requested 3 songs. You played all 3. Had no idea you were there. You just solidified yourself another gig. That's why I say it's these little things that we overlook that we sometimes think we're too good for, and we just need to take a step back and accept what's happening because it ain't all bad. It really isn't. Let me know in the chat and stuff down below what you guys think about that, because if you don't take requests, I would love to hear what your side of it is, and I know you guys are going to come out of the woodworks. I know you're going to come out of the woodworks with this one. If you don't take requests, I would love to hear why you don't and just some reasoning behind it. So please let me know in the comments, in the chat, why it is that you do not take requests. Woo. Man, I can see, look, I can see the chat to my right over here. Like the chat is rolling right over here and I can just see it just rolling up. You guys are commenting like crazy and stuff over there. Let me take a second just to take a look. All right, food costs more than DJ too. Shaking my head, pay all the money to some food. Where the only one like that is weird. I used to be. Then I realized that most people don't actually have requests. There you go. Okay, but requests are more so suggestions than things I'm going to play or something. Yeah, right. Like I said, if it's annoying or if it doesn't fit what you're trying to accomplish that night, just you know how to do it. I don't know how to tell you. Just shrug it off. Shrug it off and move right on. I love requests because you can get some gems, not all the time, but you most, and the guests know the crowd. Yeah. I literally slowed down because the newer DJs undercutting prices severely. And then you'll see a post saying I should have hired the other guy. Look, I told you, you got to see value. People got to see value in you. That's why it's important for you guys to put up to put up content. You got to show your value. I take requests now. Night Train, what's going on, man? Hey, man, this is my guy right here. This is my guy. What's happening? I ain't heard from you in a minute, man. We got to chop it up soon. Hell, the DJ is creating the atmosphere for the pictures. Right, Romeo. Great. How you gonna have a great picture if you? And y'all feel me? What's the difference between the request and the must playlist? The request from the guests usually. The must playlist is just a couple saying that we would like these songs played. So that's gonna be your difference stuff there. I feel you on the request, and when you can mix off of the request, I think that's what makes us DJs. I like that. Most of the time, our requests are already lined up. You already have it in the lineup, right? I take requests. There's DJs who are in such demand that they can push that no request attitude. Look, just because you're in demand doesn't mean you could turn down. Look. There's no way. I don't know a DJ that has not been a request DJ at some point. At some point. Maybe not now. Maybe not over the last 15, 20 years if you've been doing it that long. But at some point, you were a request DJ. You got requests. DJ Magic Mike, what's happening? That's my peoples right there, man. Magic Mike got some things in the works. I have some brides ask the question 2. I take requests and play most of them unless something you can tell it isn't going to hit. Then right. 9 times out of 10, I don't take requests because the song doesn't flow. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you do have bad requests, but I can tell you, if you do 3 gigs, you could probably get a couple of gems out of those 3 gigs. I can't see you going 3 gigs and all of them are bad requests. One gig I did, I took requests from a bunch of kids, and it wasn't even a kids part. Oh my goodness! Look, maybe I should put a topic on here about kids, how to deal with kids, because I can tell you right now, these kids are like middle schoolers asking for, like Sexy Red and Lil Yachty and all these crazy cat. Oh my gosh! I'm like, y'all are 12. I can't play that crap here. Your mother killed me. I don't do it while the phone screen in the air requests. No. Hey, there was a time that I was getting I get a lot of this at school events. They do this a lot with schools. They put the phone up. I don't get a lot of that at weddings. I get more of the yelling at weddings. All right. So you guys feel me. You guys feel me. Okay. Okay. All right. So next topic. Let me go back here. All right. So the next topic I want to talk about is these little guys. Let's talk about these for a second. I have the opportunity, has been given to me, to be able to try this out. Okay. If you watch YouTube, you see these things all over YouTube. Okay. Whether they're using the lapel, whether they're using the just the mics themselves caught onto a shirt and stuff like that, it is. But recently you have seen where people are trying this out for ceremonies. Now, you could try this out 1,000 times and stuff at your house. You can. But it would be tough for me to take this out to a ceremony initially. I have heard great things about this. This is the DJI mic and the Shure lapel. Okay, like I said, this is coming. I'm supposed to test this and send it back. Okay. This is the DJI mic, and I am going to put this on like I watched Aaron Strong's video, and if you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. Aaron Strong's a really funny guy. Him and Nick Spinelli could be like brothers, like it's like they kind of talk very similar, but he's in Minnesota and Nick is in Philadelphia. But he reached out to a DJ who's been putting videos up here recently using this, and he swears by it. There's a lot of DJs and DJ idea sharing that swear by this, and the bad stuff that I've been hearing, they're all going to say it's great. Of course it's great because there's no interference. You don't have no problem. But I want to know where the bad side. So the bad side I'm hearing is that these guys create a pop sound. I've heard that these guys drop to a certain level. I heard that one of these will stop working even though they're all the way charged. I've heard that you don't get any sound from one sometimes. Look, I know electronics are electronics, but what I want to try to do is the same thing Aaron Strong tried to do. He's like, I don't want to ruin somebody's day by taking these, putting it on an efficient and relying on it. What I want to do is I want to bring, my normal setup, like maybe a microphone for an efficient, and I'm going to put this on the groom. And we're going to see, and we're going to test it and see how this sucker works and stuff when when it's not in the forefront. It just helps out with volume, but it doesn't necessarily help out. Because one of the big pluses and stuff that I've heard about this guy is that it picks up all the voices that are right there in that area, even, crowd voices that are behind you. So one of the things that I have trouble with is my couples. When I put a lapel on the officiant and the groom, the bride, it's hard to hear what the bride says. And of course you can't put a lapel on the bride because it looks tacky, it looks awful. But if it'll pick up her voice from the groom's, device and stuff up here, this could be a win-win. Because now I can hear their vows. Now I can hear all that stuff. So I do appreciate the company reaching out and allowing me to be able to test this out, because I definitely want to test it out and see if I think the price point for the DJI mics are like $300, something like that. And then the lapel is like $70, I believe. So I'm going to test this out. And if it's a winner, I'll come back on here and I'll tell you and I'll show you. I'll have a clip and stuff of it so you can hear, so you could see and hear it for yourself. But I've just seen this thing, going around, and it definitely draws some curiosity, because it takes away a receiver that you would have to put on your wireless speaker. You literally only have to run a auxiliary plug into an XLR, type cable, and you can run it into, whatever speaker you use, and that's really it. And that would be golden. That would trim my setup down even more, a whole nother level. So I definitely want to try it and see what he says and what it says and stuff on here. And if it works, I'm going to bring it, to you guys and tell you, hey, this actually does work. So you guys need to check it out. So I wanted to put that out there for you so that you could know that I am going to be trying that out. All right, last thing, some new music. Now, I did not get, particular songs, individual songs and stuff that have come out, because all the music and stuff, man, it's getting rough, guys. It's getting rough. And it didn't get any better with the release of one Drake's album. So Drake's album just dropped, and I'm always curious to see what Drake puts out, because Drake in the past has given us a lot of hits, and then sometimes his album kind of goes left. This, to me, out of 23 songs, playable songs, to me, off of 2 listens, I've listened to the album twice. Once to just hear it, second one to listen. I can honestly say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's probably got about 8 tracks that I can rock with. The rest of them, I swear Drake is on psychedelics or something when he's doing this music. It is literally like hippie music, like I don't know how to describe it. It's like that singing music that he does. I don't know if that goes over well with some people, if it's making thugs sing, if it's making men sing, but he's only got like 8 tracks, and there's only 1 track out of that I would pull out of the top of my head and say that it is an absolute banger, and that is track number 19, Gently, with Bad Bunny. That is an absolute fire track. Track number 5, 6, 7, 13, 19, 20, 21, and 22. And you can go back and check out those tracks and stuff. Those are the only hits and stuff that I found from that album. Only ones. It's awful. I cannot believe that this album was so highly anticipated, and it just. Okay, so Jay Skills says that Rich and that's on my list. That's number 20. But like, think about it. Like, you can mix it into like a mixtape joint that you're doing, or if you're doing just a mix that you're putting together and stuff like that. I just don't see it taking off like that. I don't see it hitting the airwaves and going crazy like that. But I definitely see that Bad Bunny one going crazy. I definitely do. But we'll see. Only time will tell. And I looked at another young man's album. Thought I was finding some great stuff. Let me get this off of here. There we go. There we go. I found another young man stuff. I found Post Malone stuff. Now I know he came out in July, like right before August and stuff, but I didn't really pay attention. I didn't know that Post had come out, and I like Post Malone. I really like Post Malone. However, this ain't it. This ain't it. This is not what I mean. I don't know what he went for in this one, but he sounds like a hippie. He sounds like an absolute hippie. Nothing against hippies and stuff like that, but what Post has given us and stuff in the past has been some great music to be able to use and rock with. This, I don't know who this is for. I mean, I tried to look at, how many tracks. I think I pulled maybe 2 out of 16 or 17. It was maybe 2. I was highly, highly taken for a loop on this album. I really thought he was going to come with something crazy, but I should have known if it came out in July, August, that, it probably wasn't that good if I hadn't heard a lot of stuff. Now, I'm a satellite radio listener and stuff like that, so I kind of try to keep up with stuff on there because I can't stand normal radio. They play the same 10 tracks every hour. And I just, there was nothing from him. Nothing from him. I mean, Drake's album's all over the music pools. All over all music pools. I mean, you go to BPM Supreme or DMS right now, nothing but Drake. I mean, every single song is on there. Yeah, this just ain't it. This ain't it. I don't know what's happening with Post. I don't know. Maybe next time. Let's just go with that. I know Lil Wayne is supposed to be coming out with a mixtape. I'm waiting for that. Lil Wayne's supposed to be doing a collab album with 2 Chainz. I'm waiting for that. BG is in the studio, from Cash Money. Waiting for that. See what that's like. But, it's hard. It's hard to find an album that has multiple tracks and stuff right now, man. It's like everybody putting out singles, I guess, because album sales are just horrible. I guess they make more money off of singles. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, that is the show and stuff for today. As far as that portion, I will give you the last 12 minutes to ask any questions that you guys may have. I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that we have done here today. So, let me know in the chat if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask. I'll try to answer them the best I can. While I am awaiting those questions, I'd just like to let you know that we will be back next week, 7 p.m. EST, right here on the channel. I've got a double gig weekend that next day, so I'm hoping to get everything set, finalized, before Thursday of next week, because there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Okay, let's check the chat and stuff here. I was embarrassed. Oh yeah, that's who it was, Daniel. That's who it was. Oh no, Rich Baby Daddy is one of okay. That depends. It depends on the age of the crowd. Jay Skills Wayne dropped the mixtape like 3 weeks ago. I haven't seen it. I caught a couple of tracks that he had on Direct Music Service. That he had on there, and I was not pleased with what I heard. Yep, Lotto, City Girl, Sexy Red, Megan, Cardi. The girls are running the rap right now. They truly are. Better late than never. DJ Fast, what's happening? All right, Daniel Rodriguez, how do you go about when the couple asks you to call tables for buffet? I also hate when the dinner is buffet. I hate that too. I don't do the traditional table 1, 2, 3, 4, or start from the back. I like to start from the front and the back and make the people in the middle wait. because they're not expecting that. So if there's 8 tables, if there's 10 tables, tables 1 and 10 go first, tables 2 and 9, 3 and 8, just like that, and make the people in the middle mad. I mean, but you just got to call them. You just got to call them. Right over your music and stuff like that. Play great music during that time because they're going to be sitting and waiting. Play great music. That's all I can say. But that's how I do it, man. I hate calling tables. I absolutely hate it. It sucks. I wish they would just let everybody go at once. All right, Jay Skills, are you looking for albums for you to enjoy? Albums about the songs forget? Both. I like music and stuff in general. I like stuff I can ride in my car or my truck and stuff too. I like stuff that I can pull out for gigs and stuff like that. I mean, I can just tell you right now, I'm not driving down the road listening to Sexy Red or Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not driving down the road doing that. That's for gigs. That's for hype gigs and stuff like that. Like, I just want some music that I can rock with, something to give me multiple tracks. That's what I'm looking for. Michael Senzaprano. Did you end up fixing your equipment issues that you had from last week at Wedding DJ? I don't know if it's fully fixed yet. However, I've had 2 events since then, and it worked at both events. One thing that I've done is I've changed the USB cord. I have changed the buffer latency and stuff on there. That has worked. What else have I done? I've checked all my updates. Another friend of mine told me that Serato makes you check for Windows power usage. Make sure that your power usage and everything is up. So I've done all that, and so far so good. So we'll, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. What is your backup plan when equipment acts up? So I always take my SRT with me to an event and stuff. So when I have new stuff, until I get fully comfortable with it, then I stop bringing the old equipment. But yeah, the Rev 7, I keep it, I'll use it. And if something were to happen, I have the SRT, ready to go and stuff fire up. It just may take me a second to fire up. So it just depends on when it happens. Now, sometimes I'll try to push through it if it's happening every so often, but if it's happening, constantly, if it's twice in an hour, 3 times in an hour, then we got a problem. If it's just once in an hour, I try to kind of push through it and see what happens. Are you running the Shure mic mixer in your new booth also? Yes, I am. In both the Rev 7 case and no, I'm not running the Shure mixer in the big setup. I'm just running it in the Rev 7 setup. So yeah, it is running in the Rev 7. Nick Grandson. Oh, you giving me some stuff. All right, Jay Skills, Killer Mike. Nas, man. Oh, I got that Nas now. I didn't sleep on that. DJ Key, G Kinney. Sexy Red is trash, but she's in right now. Lord have mercy. Did y'all see her on the BET Awards? Lord have mercy. Could you imagine going to her concert? It's terrible. I know the baby had her out there for his performance, but I love the baby, man. I mean, if I had to pick somebody out of this new generation, I would pick him. And it's slim pickings. Gary Petrick, the best DJ show. Oh, are you saying that for me? If you are, I appreciate you. If you're asking, I don't know. I would hope. DJ Romeo Great, have you used your new furniture yet? Yes, I did. I don't think you were here on the week that I went over that, but yes, I did. And I've created a gig log for it, and you'll be interested to know or see what happened at that one. You'll be interested to see. So yes, I have. And I probably will be taking it out next weekend for both gigs, because both of them are inside events. And my last one is, have you ever lost your cool with a guest? I had a bride's dad call me the N-word in PA, and it took every ounce of my. Okay. You need to go watch my video when I talked about dancing. I think I called it dancing on a pole. And we talked about this a while back on the show. If you are my OG viewers, you remember I had that issue with that dad. He pretty much told me, I don't care what they want. Talking about the couple now. It's his daughter. I don't care what they want. I'm the one paying you. You do what I say. And, you know, it's just one of them things, man, where some people abuse their power because they either intoxicated or they're intoxicated with power. Or two, they just feel like, they pay money, so they should get it their way. Don't realize it's their own kid's way. So, yeah, I've dealt with that. There's really not much you could do in that state because I could tell you any retaliation and that can hurt your brand permanently. You can have a permanent dent on your brand. So I would just say shrug it off and keep moving forward, bro. Shrug it off, keep moving forward. That's just one of those instances that, it's hard to retaliate in that instance. What do you think of the new Drake album? I think we just talked about that, Mr. Soprano. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan, not gonna lie to you. I found like 8 tracks off of it, but I'm not a big fan. Maybe it'll grow on me. DJ G. Kinney, Book, what's your advice on how often to shift BPM? Should you run 5 songs at 100? Okay, so this is a good question and stuff too. I think I'm going to do a topic like this on the show too, but just a quick answer and stuff on here. It really depends on how much you've worked out your crowd. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I've stayed 7 to 8 tracks and 100 plus BPM. I've stayed 7 to 8 tracks and 128. It just depends on how much your crowd is willing to work. And stuff, but you just got to make sure you give them a good break after that. But sometimes I make my crowds work, especially if I know I'm going to have a continuous 75 people on the floor. I'm usually going to make them work because I know that they're just going to rotate. As one get tired, another 2 come on. As 3 get tired, another 5 come on. So that's how I do that. All right, PV, do you play mashups on your event? I don't like them, so I do. I create mashups, PV. Not gonna lie to you, I love to mix and match music. I used to play mashups and stuff just to kind of spice it up a little bit for some songs, but then I just felt like I was not doing myself a justice by not learning how to do it a little bit better. So now I create live mashups. And I do stuff live. So on my gig logs, you should see me mixing and matching music live right there. None of the stuff is put together by another DJ. I'm doing that live. And one of the great things that helps me at times when the gig's not going as well is gives me a chance to try new things. Not to say that I don't try them on gigs that are going well, but it's just easier for some reason when a gig's not going as well, but you got a few people vibing. Like I mixed Lose Yourself Eminem with Pour Some Sugar on Me, and I've never done that before, and it fit like so well. You will hear that on some upcoming gigs because that mixed and matched very well. So be on the lookout for that. All right, one more question here. DJ G. Kenny, when you slow down, how fast do you build it back up, the BPM? What's the good rule of thumb? I've been DJing for a long time, and it's always told you clear your dance floor. What would you? I like to kind of go really all over the place. I'm not really paying a whole lot of attention to how long I keep them on there. I just know that, okay, so if I'm going to come out the gate fast, then usually I'll probably give them about 5 or 6 songs if I just had to give you around about 5 or 6 fast. And then I may, if I don't come back down to something slower or transition into something slower or even a slow song, I just gently, come down, and then I'll play a good bit right in that 100 range. And then if I need to come down at the again, I'll do something slower to kind of drop down even more, and I'll play some stuff in that 80, 90 range. So there's really not a rule of thumb. It's just really based on your dance floor. And if you just, like I say, if you got consecutive people in there, man, you just got to keep throwing the hits until they die, until it dies out. And then when it dies out, throw in a slow jam to bring everybody back on the dance floor, and then kill them again. Kill them again. You know, if you're a person that uses slides like that, I'm not a huge slide guy. If you play a lot of upbeat music and your dance floor dies out, throw on a slide, get everybody back out there, and then kill them again. They'll take the bait almost every time. So there's not really a rule of thumb. It's just trial and error. Trial and error. Some dance floors are kind of the same. It just depends. It really depends. J Skills, do you prepare songs for stems in advance, or do you have them on the fly? You know, I prepared them in advance, and I think that's what hurt my RAM a lot. I was using 50% of my RAM. You know, I have 16 gigs of RAM, and I was using half of it just off of stems that was already prepared and stuff. And it was like, I mean, it's a lot, man. I probably need to do it on the fly, to be honest with you. I probably need to, but I just adds one more element that you got to do and stuff. So you better be great at scratching stuff in or mixing stuff, you know, just off of beats. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate you guys always checking in, staying with me. I appreciate all of you for checking me out this week. Don't forget, next week, 7 p.m. EST, right back here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for all you do. Stay tuned for all of the great content coming your way. I am just flooding your feeds for the rest of the month, so get ready for that. New gig logs every week and new information and stuff every week. So thank you guys for coming out. Hit the like button and stuff before you leave. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you I cannot thank you enough. And make sure you are living to strive and not to survive. See you guys next week. Peace.